Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's 5:20 p.m. on the Pacific Coast, 8:20 on the East Coast. Countdown to New Year's Eve, everybody. It is December 2031st. December 2030. What? December 31st. The last day of 2020, everybody. We're going to bring in a brand new year, 2021. Thank you to everybody in the chat. We got 152 people watching. We've got 94 likes. Hit the like button, citizens of Gotham. We have welcome to everybody watching on the Rockfin and Facebook Live. Hello, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. The Kale King is here. Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Big Texan, thank you for supporting the show. Should I Uber tonight or stay in and smoke weed? Stay in and smoke weed. Stay home. You can hear me. Wow. Hello, everybody. Hello. What's up, Jackie? How you doing? I hate to see 2020 go. Hello, Happy New Year, everybody. Sam D, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, my friend. January 1st is the 1-year anniversary of the WHO being informed by China of the COVID-19 outbreak. Any reflections on the world handling of the virus? Wow. Yeah, it has been a crazy year. I'm trying to think about where I was a year ago. It was New Year's Eve. A friend came in town. We went to this Christmas party with Ron. His fiance at the time, now they're married, was working. She was working in a bar. This all sounds like a million years ago, like all these things we can't do. And then we met up with the people from the band Fire Tiger at this. They knew of some party in the Hollywood Hills, this big fancy house that some record label owns. We went to this like Hollywood showbiz party, and there were some famous people there. And it had this balcony and this view of Hollywood and everything. It was really they had nice food, and it was pretty awesome. And I hadn't heard anything about COVID. I didn't know anything about it. We weren't even talking about it. Party, bunch of food, just food at a party, everybody in a in a room. There was some dancing. Then I think that same weekend, there was a No War with Iran protest that a bunch of us were at. I saw Abby Martin there and Mike Preisner and the Convo Couch and Jimmy, and we were all down there at this protest. I think Jimmy even spoke. I didn't start hearing about COVID till probably more into January. It was when I was on the road a lot in February that it was like, man, this is getting worse and worse. What's going on in Italy and China? And it might affect some of our tour dates we were talking about. Nuts. Yeah, I mean, America clearly has not handled it well. That's why we have the worst cases, the worst deaths, all that stuff. Other countries have handled it much better. Isn't it funny, like when the whole shutdown thing happened in March, many of us, myself included, were like, oh man, this might last for 2-3 months. So it's kind of insane to think about where everything really is at right now. So yeah, this will be 2-3 months. And then Ron and I were like, boy, we better push back our March tour dates. We might have to push back our April tour dates. And then we were like, we better push back our May tour dates. And then in June, Ron and I canceled everything. So, yep. Gonna have to wait another three-fourths of a year to get vaccinated. Yeah. In June, and it was in May when I was like, oh, the states, certain states are going to open up too soon. They're going to have to shut down. It's going to make, and in June, Ron and I were supposed to perform at the Zanies in Nashville, which is a great club. We had a date there in June, and we ended up not. It was an afternoon show, and on that date, that club was open, and they offered, you guys were open. The governor of Tennessee is going to open up. You guys can come here and do a show. And I was like, man, I don't know if that's a smart idea. We then found out that D.L. Hughley did a show that night at that club that Ron and I were at, and he collapsed on stage because he had COVID-19. And that was when Ron and I went, dude, let's scrap all our tour dates. And this country is going to be so dumb. It's going to open up and close. This shit's going to happen for the next year. I just said that in June, I said, this open close shit is just going to keep happening. And the numbers are going to spike. It's going to get worse in the winter. And here we are, California. All of the hospital beds in Southern California and Los Angeles and Orange County are maxed out. They're literally putting people in the gift shop. And the states that didn't have the stricter shut down, everyone's hospitals maxed out. 3,000 people a day are dying. It's insane, man. It's insane. So it's probably at least late summer, early fall before things are really opened up. Probably fall. So at least you're talking about 7 to 9 months. Yeah. Yep. 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 Remember that 2020 wasn't just a bad year. It's the year the mask came off and the elites have decided to openly let you know that they want to kill and sacrifice you. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when people are like, oh, I can't wait for 2020 to be over. I'm like, you think all of the problems in the world, especially America, all COVID did was just reveal all of the problems of America, specifically the toxic capitalism, a two-party system that just doesn't give a shit about you. It's all been revealed. You're an essential worker. We don't care if you die. Just keep working. We're not going to give you health care. We're not going to give you real wages or benefits or hazard pay or anything. We're going to give you $1,200, and now you're going to get $600. And we can't even give you $2,000. We're still arguing over that, thanks to Mitch McConnell, who's just a piece of shit. So is Nancy Pelosi. Just awful. This country, the two parties, they hate you. That's what we learned. COVID-19 exposed the fact what a for-profit healthcare system looks like, how awful that is. It exposed the fact that we spend all this money on war and not on our own citizens. It's exposed how awful both parties are, exposed how dumb Trump was. He got us off the pandemic. He got rid of the pandemic task force. He shut that down. He's an idiot. He handled it incorrectly. And the Republicans are morons, and so are the Democrats. I mean, I don't know if they're morons so much as they just actively don't care. They only care about their own profits. Billionaires have made record profits. Americans are lining up for food for hours. The biggest demand on food banks ever. 15 million people lost their health insurance on top of the 30 million who already weren't uninsured, who were uninsured rather. So we don't even know how many people don't totally have insurance right now, probably close to 60 million people. And we can't get Medicare for all. And when Jimmy gets mad about the fact we have an opportunity for Medicare for all, people get mad at Jimmy rather than the fact that 60,000 people die every year because they don't have health insurance. And more are dying now because of COVID-19. 30 million evictions. It just uncovered all of America's problems. It's racism, like the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Jacob Blake. That showed how awful our racism in our police departments. All that needs to be changed. There's been some positive moments in the sense that, like, the George Floyd stuff really unified a lot of people. It radicalized a lot of young people. It got more people, to become activists. Like, it radicalized a lot of people. I mean, I was talking to one of my nieces and she was like in the streets in Portland and she's like, man, she's an activist, like it's radicalized a lot of people, which in the long run is a good thing. Tearing down the statues was a good thing, getting more people involved. And then we had to watch awful Joe Biden, so it's like, if you think people who think, oh, I just can't wait for this year to be over. If you think everything's going to change come midnight tonight, you're in for a rude awakening. My New Year's resolution is to take money from Big Kale. I'm selling out. Big Kale is too big to fail. Yes, you're right. But Graham, the stock market is doing great. That's the most important thing. Yes. I know a bunch of us can't pay our bills, but as long as the stock market's great, that'll be fantastic. Oh, people are going to be shooting fireworks tonight. I am going to stay inside. I don't like fireworks. Loud noises mess with me, man. I'm broke, but I watch your show religiously. Thank you so much. And that's why the show, it's free. The video clips are free. If money's tight, I get it. It's all right, man. It's all right. We're in the middle of the Great Reset. This is nowhere near over with. These corporations are in a major power grab right now. Yep. Lana, shave your knuckles for justice, Lana. Thank you for supporting the show. Love you, Jimmy, Steph, and Brownie. Thank you, Graham. Keep it up. Thank you, and thank you for supporting my show. We have 301 people watching. Please hit the like button, everybody. 162 likes. Let's get that up to 200 likes, everybody. I'm going to do a couple segments. This won't be that long of a show because I'm doing Jimmy's live show tonight, which is at 8 o'clock Pacific time. It's Steph and Ron, and it's going to be like a panel show. We're going to, it's going to be fun. It's not going to be like stand-up comedy like when Ron and I do our shows. It's going to be more like a panel show. Oh, excuse me. It'll be fun. But yeah, I got a couple segments here that I've built for everybody that'll be dropping over the next couple. I'm taking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. I'll be back Monday. And then I just want to thank everybody. We'll do a year. I just want to talk about, what happened throughout the year. Because this has been a pretty cool thing. And I just want to go over some stuff with everybody. So hello, everybody watching on the Rockfin, Tangiera Hayes, Miss Callie, what's up? I did hear the story about the Colorado pharmacist who intentionally ruined 500 doses of COVID vaccines. I don't know what the fuck. America's going insane. America is going insane. America is going insane. America is going insane. I don't know how to explain that kind of shit. It's just nuts. Kate, our moderator. Kate, shave your knuckles for justice. My New Year's resolution is to not get the fries with that. I'm telling you, that move right there. Get the burger, get the sandwich, whatever, but instead of the fries, you get fruit or the salad or coleslaw or something. That move right there, if you're looking to just get in a little better shape, that move right there is huge. Just that. Still get the burger, whatever, but just not the fries. And instead of the Coke, you get like water or iced tea or something. That right there. Get the sandwich, no fries, and a glass of water with lemon. Saves you a little bit of money. That's better for you. That's how vegan guns are made, Kate. That's how vegan guns are made. If Graham doesn't, or excuse me, if AOC doesn't do the right thing this Sunday, I will organize a protest in front of her office every day until Medicare for All is a floor vote. Right on, dude. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. Yeah, so this show we're doing tonight that Jimmy is doing, I think the tickets are $12 and the money is going to homeless. So brown paper tickets, this is the link right here. It's tonight at 8:00. So we will be doing the countdown for the East Coast. But I don't think we'll do anything else. We're going to do the countdown for the East Coast. But the show's going to be like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're not going to stay up till midnight West Coast time. Oh. Oh. That was a weird. Oh. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Emblem Fate, you're making Gotham great again, my friend. Can't wait to sleep as Biden drones a slave market. Yeah, I know. It's insane. Smoking kale yawn. I'm all hopped up on that kale, man. Kale just kind of mellows me out, bro. I'm on that kale high. Master of the macabre. Of the macabre. Macabre. Shave your knuckles for justice. We haven't done a good enough job of branding health insurance for what it is, a scam. They don't pay your medical bills, but when you need them the most, that's a grift for reals. You're absolutely correct. You can have a soda if it's just seltzer mineral water. Yeah, I like that. I get sparkling water. Like if I'm at a bar or whatever, I'll get club soda with a lime. I feel like I'm having a fancy drink, but there's no calories. There's no sugar. That's where they make all their money, soda and fries. I know. Will Monday's year-end review show be available for all or just premium members? Oh, I guess I didn't make that clear. Yeah, I just said I was going to kind of talk about the year. I thought I was going to maybe just do that today, but maybe I'll do a whole year-end review show and put some stuff together. I don't know. I haven't planned it out. You know, it's like I plan out some things. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alan Flynn, Happy New Year, free Assange. You got that right. You got that right. Graham likes the upper of dinosaur kale variety versus the more mellow downer of Italian kale. This is like a sativa indica thing. Kinky too. What will Times Square look like tonight? Hopefully not too crowded. Mm. Anthony, boom. 2021, reopen 9/11 Lawyers Committee for 9/11 Justice. Ooh, I like it. Right to work equals right to be treated like crap and paid less than union workers. Yep. I use Coke to clean my car battery. Don't rot your guts, please. Good call. Medicare for All has been in the Senate since 1993 by Paul Westone, a Democrat from Minnesota. In the House since 2003, annually by Rep. John Coyers. How much longer do we have to wait? 27 years isn't long enough? I know. Now is not the time. It's not the time. It's just not the time. Wait. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how suddenly I guess I've been misunderstood. I didn't say I'm going to do a year in review show Monday. I haven't committed to that yet. So if I do, it will be on YouTube for everybody. But I don't know. I was just going to do a couple segments tonight and then just kind of talk tonight about the year in review and then take Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. And then Monday come back and just start doing regular. I think Monday I'll probably do Government Secrets in the afternoon with Lee and then the Rockfin Premium. So I'm just going to do a year in review tonight. It's going to happen tonight. You're all watching it right now. It's not some big presentation I put together. I'm sorry if I got your hopes up. This is like my cooking show. Like you thought I was going to make some amazing dish and it's just me just like put some shit in a pan and making rice. Sorry. They're not allowing people in Times Square tonight. Ball dropping can be viewed online and on TV. Okay. We need the Joker in the house. Okay, but that's what it means to us. I'm sorry. Sorry, Grandma. I had flashbacks to the McLaughlin group. Use your new cookbook, Graham. Oh. Graham, you know what you are. You have to watch what you say. I'm so sorry. This is post-World War II democracy. You deserve it. Oh, wow. Thanks, John Smith. Okay. Brownwind Vestille. This year in review. It sucked. Yeah, there's your year in review. 2020 blew. It ate a bag of robot dicks. That's what happened. Force the Elwood review vote. I'm sorry. I just said, oh, maybe I'll talk about the year in review. And now you guys have me committed to some like, Graham's going to do a 4-hour year in review show. He said it on the show. It better happen. He's going to do it. Graham, how come you're lying to yourself? You're worse. You're worse than Mitch McConnell. Jesus, I'm so sorry. All right. Neck riots. Oh. Imagine if there's no pandemic in Trunk 1. Wow. Graham, Life Networks, year in review starring Granny, Shimshay, and Darien. Melissa H. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. On the 4th at Zoom, select board meeting, hoping to be told I've been appointed to Town Planning Commission. Everyone cross your fingers. Oh, right on. Good for you, Melissa. That's awesome. I hope you get it. Kale lives matter. Hey, all vegetable lives matter. um, John Silver, Graham, is that moonshine in the mason jar? Oh, it's Granny Petrol's fracking fluid. That's what. Boo, boo, boo. Kate, I think we're getting a little bit of a troll thing, so let's stay on top of that. I'm noticing. There's a couple I put in the timeout, but give them the big B when it happens. On TV, we'll see the ball drop at midnight for our time zones, or it will be live from New York, not Saturday Night Live at their midnight. Yeah, I know. Big Kale sellout. Oh, carrot juice is murder. Oh, shit. All right, let's yeah, look at this. We know you dig into the pockets of the anonymous Kale super PACs. Whatever, man. Look, there's a lot of different donors that donate to my campaign. So, I don't know why everyone's making a big deal. I went into one Kale cave just to hear what they had to say. And at a completely separate time, I bought a Kale yacht. So that has nothing to do with any of this stuff. This one. That motherfucker's getting the big bleep. Shit like that. Wheatgrass roots. Happy New Year, Annabelle. How you doing? Oh, it's already New Year's in Australia. That's right. California. Is Graham donating his live chat money to the medical bill charity that Lee Camp mentioned? And I came in late. I'd like to. I didn't know anything about that. Big Kale buys all of Graham's t-shirts. Keep deleting free speech. It's not. That's such a lame argument. Free speech. When I'm doing a stand-up comedy show and somebody's like heckling and yelling out, I'll make fun of them. But when they never shut the fuck up, I don't go, hey, free speech. They're disrupting the show and they get kicked out of the club. They get kicked out of the comedy club because you're disrupting the show. So we're here to have a political discussion. even debate. But if you're just going to say shithead things in the chat, then I'm fuck you. It's not freedom. I'm taking away freedom of speech. No, you're being a shithead. You're being a shithead. You don't get freedom of speech for being a shithead. You're just deliberately saying offensive, racist stuff to like, oh, I blew up the chat. Okay. Big Baby Zubas, Happy New Year, Graham. Be safe. Smoke one for me. I think it's Chenk. Yeah, cancel your TYT. Cancel your TYT memberships. They suck. Am I really considering a run for Congress? I said it, and I was dead serious when I said it to Nick Brana, who was on the show 2 days ago, talking about how the People's Party, their plan is to back a couple of candidates who are running in Congress in 2022. And I said, look, Ted Lieu's my congressman, and he's a corporate Democrat in one of these blue gerrymandered districts. This is so, and I was like, this is what they do. It's one of these districts where it's a Democrat district. A Democrat always wins it. The Republicans run a paper tiger. And Ted Lieu's just a corporate Democrat. He has nothing. I said, if you guys back me, I'll run against him. And he's like, are you serious? I go, yeah. So am I like going to run for Congress? It's really up to the People's Party. As I said, I don't want to be a politician, but if I'm asked by a party like that, I always said, like, many of you have asked me, hold on, I get you. I said, if somebody really backed me with real money or like a third party asked me to do it, I would. But so, if they do, I will. All right, there's a couple more super chats. These are fantastic. D-Doc, shave your knuckles for justice. As a species, can you imagine how much we'd get done if our war money was spent on curing diseases? It bums me out. Oh, dude, that's like, pick one. Pick just one issue. That one thing. It's not even one. If we just cut our military budget in half, which if we did that, we'd still be outspending China and Russia, right? Just imagine what we could do, the diseases we could cure, how we could help the environment, the jobs, all American. We could have free healthcare. There could be free college. We could have a real Green New Deal that is like putting people to work with high paying union jobs in green energy. We could do, it's mind-numbing to think about all the good things we can do if we weren't spending all this money on war. Just think about the 19 years we've been in Afghanistan. Trillions of dollars. Have we fixed terrorism? Did we end it? Is it done? No? Oh, it's not. Weird. Think about that. Think about really good schools for everybody. Think about a great education system. Think about free healthcare. Think about ending poverty. We could do it in this country. We could absolutely do it. Think about this country could be this beacon of hope that shines the light for the whole world. We could be the country like, wow, America's education system is so great. It brings out all these really smart, critical thinkers. When America tries to fix, everybody gets involved and discusses this and debates it, and they all come up with this really good plan. And oh man, they're leading the world in green energy. They're just done with fossil fuels. The whole country, they got high-speed rail coast to coast, and they got hydrogen cars being, fueled all around the country. Whatever the thing is, we could all be doing that. Just like, their colleges, are second to none. It's amazing. They're producing all these smart people that want to make the world. It's just like we could do this all day if we think about all the money we've wasted on war. We got 22 vets a day that commit suicide because of all these ridiculous wars that only profit the ruling class. We could end terrorism by stopping our imperialistic, regime change war empire nonsense. If we weren't bombing the Middle East to death, why would they hate America so much? We could broker peace in the Middle East. We could be going to the Middle East going, oh, we've rebuilt Afghanistan. We've rebuilt roads and schools and increased their education. A big part of how the Taliban got a foothold was they have like a high illiteracy rate. We could be doing all that. Yeah, that's unfortunately, D, you're right. And it bums me out too, man. Shane Graham, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Thank you, Shane. Jamal Bowman said publicly on CNN he wants to vote for Medicare for all and serious reparations discussion in exchange for his vote for Nancy Pelosi. Well, dude, let's hope that happens. This is what needs to happen. Like, these progressive Congress people finally are realizing that they actually have leverage right at this moment and won't have it again. This is the moment they have. And this is what it's going to take. So here's what's going to happen Sunday. We're going to see what's what. After Sunday, we're going to know. Jamal Bowman, Cory Booker, the squad, any of them. Are you for real? We're going to know. We're going to know come Sunday afternoon. We're going to know if they're for real or not. We're going to know who's real and who isn't. We're going to know. And anyone that doesn't do this after Sunday, we know they're fake. And if they do it, great. I don't think they will. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love it. I would love it. So if they do it, awesome. And if they don't, fine. Now it's all the more reason to just, if they don't. Because it's cool that Jamal Bowman said this, but saying it and tweeting it and actually doing it, two very different things. It was, as we know this, right? So if they don't, then then if that's not the final straw to just be done with the Democratic Party, I don't want to hear from anybody with a D next to their name. I just don't. If they don't do this Sunday, if they all vote for Mama Bear, because what? Because what? Trump's been defeated. They have no more, Trump, we can't let Trump with the Trump. They got no more boogeyman. He's gone. So what are you gonna do? And these progressive Democrats, AOC, the squad, Jamal, all these folks, they are beholden to us. Us progressives are the reason they got elected. Now, I didn't personally vote for any of these folks, but I supported them. I was a big proponent of AOC when she was running in 2018. I've done a bunch of videos on it. And I said, anyone that's in her district, vote for. If you got friends in New York that live in her district, vote for. This is big. This will be a big moment. We all pushed for it. When she won, it was like a victory for all of us. When all the squad got in there, we're like, well, this is a victory for all of us, even though they don't just, directly represent many of us. I don't live in any of their districts, but I was like, okay, this is big. They can actually move the needle. And they haven't. So this force the vote thing is great. And we're also exposing who's for real in indie media, who the fake progressives are. We know TYT, they're fake. They're fake. They're a bunch of jive-ass hustlers, man. They are fake. TYT is just MSNBC online. That's all they are. Only they got less money. That's why Cenk keeps sending out these emails begging for money. They're fake. They're fake progressives. Just like Liz Warren, that's why they backed her. They're fake progressives. They're not real. So we'll find out Sunday if Jamal Bowman. That's the other thing. If Bowman doesn't do this, we got to hold him accountable. We got to hold them all accountable. Because if he doesn't, he said on CNN, I'm going to do this. Then if he doesn't, it's like, why didn't you? What happened? He'll, oh, well, we thought we're going to wait till this committee assignment and then 2022 and we don't want to ruin it. So I'm actually excited to know, because I hate ambiguity and I hate fake shit and say one thing and do another. I like to know. And so all these people, we found out who's who, and all across the board with this, for all the people who like, it's about their petty little egos, not Medicare for all. Because if you're down with Medicare for all, you wouldn't care if it was Jimmy's plan or whomever. If Sam Cedar came up with this forced to vote idea, I'd be like, wow, that's good. Sam Cedar has a good idea. I would say that. I wouldn't be like, I don't like Sam Cedar. He gets too angry. He's made fun of my friend Jimmy, so I don't like him. I'd say Sam Cedar's on the wrong side of a lot of things, but this he's right on. I think Trump is a vile jackass, and I'm glad he's gone. But he wants to give me $2,000. I'm in favor of it. I'm not going to say I don't want your $2,000. I'm going to take my, like, that whole, all the arguments about Jimmy. They're all ridiculous. They don't hold any weight. So now we know, man. Now we know who's who, and we're going to find out who's who in Congress Sunday. This is what the Green New Military Industrial Complex, McHale's Navy. Cancel Amazon Prime, right? Yeah, TYT just jumped the shark. I have huge hope for Corey and Jamal. So do I. I hope they do it. I hope they realize. And again, this might be the moment where they realize they can actually sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Backyard politics. I literally just got a text saying Bernie is asking for another $27 donation. Oh, God. Good timing when he was grandstanding for the $2,000. Yeah, no more donate. I won't donate to any Democrat. Some of these, I hope they win. I hope some of them win, or whatever. But I'll never donate to the Democratic Party ever again. Andy Winter, boom. Shaving knuckles for justice, Andy. If I cancel my TYT, how will I know what kind of coffee to buy? Well, the key is if you cancel, just stay on the mailing list. So they'll tell you the coffee and beg you to come back. Graham Elwood for president. Thank you so much. He was not grandstanding. Bernie was not grandstanding. He was trying to get his $2,000. Well, I hope. I don't know if he was grandstanding or not. He's trying to get his $2,000. Go get it. Like, get us this goddamn money. God. I'm glad Bernie was doing that. But it's just like, Bernie or guillotine 2020. Ba-boom. Shaving your knuckles for justice. I believe that you would run for Congress, but do you think fellow big piece sellout Jimmy Dore was serious about primarying Mark Pocan? Force the vote. I don't know. Big piece sellout. Yeah, Jimmy's got all that Medicare for all money. I don't know. If he did, it'd be great if we both ran. That'd be awesome. Jimmy and I were both in Congress. Now that'd be a goddamn Congress. Burke Herrick, shaving knuckles for justice. Boom. This two-party system is like if your toilet got backed up and the plumber, instead of fixing the problem, meets with other plumbers and talks about grass charts, statistics, and time maintenance while the toilet is overflowing. Yeah. We need a plumber committee first. No, but my toilet's overflowing. It's disgusting. It's not sanitary. It's horrifying. I know, but enough with your purity tests. No, there's literally shit on my floor. I need you to get it and fix it. Well, now you're yelling and I don't like your anger. There's shit on my floor. There's shit on my floor. Whoa, anger issues. A little performative. Defund the Democratic Party. But the co-sponsor lists. How many people do you think were telling AOC what she had to do or she would get nothing done and that she wanted for her district? I'm sure it was torturous, not excusing, but I'm sure it can't be easy. Yeah, I mean, Nick Brown makes a good point that the system crushes them. Bernie a guillotine 2020, ba-boom. This is simpler than people make it. Cenk is a capitalist opportunist, saw an opening in the market when Air America failed, filled it for money. Yep. 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 T. Ada, what's up? You're making Gotham great again. Have you seen the comments on Twitter where people are saying they'd rather have 600 than 2,000 because that makes them hustle harder? It's dumb logic. No, America is going insane. America's been so lied to and propagandized that people are crazy. They're literally like, I'd rather have 600. Like people are just going insane. They're just being contrarian and arguing just to argue. They can't admit they're wrong. And people are just going nuts. America's literally losing its mind. I'm watching a country go insane in real time. America, I don't know how else to, there's nothing else to explain it. The reaction to Jimmy's forced to vote thing was like unbelievable. If Cenk and all those other people got on board with this, it would have even more power. It would have even more power. So this don't be so mad at Cenk. You guys, we got to stop fighting amongst ourselves. I'm only reacting to their bullshit. They are literally helping the criticizing of Jimmy going his house, all this bullshit. They're literally helping the big pharmaceutical companies and the big healthcare lobby that is actively blocking Medicare for all. They're helping them. It's just not like Tim Black lost his shit. Like what? I don't get it. I don't get it. Some fucking idiot, Ryan Grimm. I don't even know who that jackass is. I don't. They're the problem. I didn't think they were, but looks like they are. If everyone got together on this, if everybody went, and like most people did, most people went, wow, Jimmy, great idea. Let's do this. Marianne Williamson, Cornel West. I mean, what does it say? What does it say? That Cornel West supports Jimmy's idea, but Cenk doesn't. Anna doesn't. What does that say? If you didn't know if you just didn't know anything about force to vote and you didn't even know who Jimmy was, but you knew who Cornel West was, wouldn't you just go, oh, if Cornel West is down with this guy, then I probably am. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, no, Mickey exposed herself. Like they all just and they tried to steamroll Jimmy. Oh, we're gonna take him down now, call him racist and sexist. Nope, it backfired. It backfired. Being critical of the squad because they're not using their leverage has nothing to do with their gender or ethnicity. So calling Jimmy racist and sexist is bullshit. It has nothing to that like, hey, you were elected to be progressive. You ran on a progressive platform. It's time to fight. Nothing in that, what I just said, has anything to do with anybody's. It's the equality that they want, that everybody wants. Part of equality isn't just the good things. It's I'm going to hold you as accountable as I would anyone else. That's part of equality. So like, oh, you're being mean to the girls. It's like, what? You're in fucking Congress. The women in the UFC, hey, don't punch them as hard. No, they get in a fucking cage and they brawl. That's why I love the UFC. That's why I love, well, Dana White's a Trumper, so he's kind of a fuckstick, but I love MMA, I should say. Because here's women brawling. I've trained with women with female MMA fighters. Like, I got mad respect, and it's equal. So that's what a fight is. You get in the ring and you fight. You know, there's no different rules for the women. Like, oh, they can't punch us, or the rounds are shorter. No, man, it's just like everybody else. They had to create some lighter weight classes because, you know, women are just typically smaller and way less. So that was it. But no, it's not like the rules are different, or, you know, play on a shorter field, or no. So you want to come to Congress, and you came to Congress on, I'm going to fight for you, and I'm going to fight against the corporate establishment, and I'm going to fight for Medicare for all. And then now here's an opportunity, and you're not, and you're giving these bullshit tweets like it's performative, and what's your step two, and that condescending tweet. Pay attention now. So if a white guy, or just a man in general, tweeted out, pay attention to a woman, he would be called sexist and condescending, and he's mansplaining, and rightfully so. But AOC can say that to Jimmy, and Jimmy's the racist and the sexist. That's such a bullshit argument. None of the, yeah, it's such a bullshit argument. And it's just like, it just shows this is the bullshit attacks. And these people that are attacking me this way, they don't see these are the same bullshit attacks that people did on Bernie. You couldn't beat Bernie's policy. So you had to see, it was like Liz Warren not shaking his hand. She was trying to get some got you moment. You know, she knew she was mic'd, and it blew up in her face. Like when during the debates in 2016, when Hillary kept interrupting, and he said, wait, your turn. Oh, wait. Oh, he's sexist. They tried to make that. They were begging for anything to make it a sexist thing because they can't attack his policy. This force to vote idea is a great idea. It's a great idea. And they can't attack it, so they have to attack Jimmy. Oh, he's a hothead. He's racist. He's sexist. He's got a nice house, whatever. They can't, because what he's trying to do is the best, is a great idea. And again, if Cenk would have come up with this idea, I'd go, that's a great idea. We should all get behind this. That's what I would be saying. Jimmy would be saying it too. But they didn't. So that type of, oh, don't be too mean to the girls, that actually is fosters sexism. Like, we got to be nice to the girls. You can't be critical of them. If Jimmy was saying, oh, these women shouldn't be in Congress, they don't know what they're doing, that's not what he said. He's talking about everybody. He's talking about Ro Khanna. He's talking about everybody. So you can't call yourself the squad and we're going to change. And then you're presented with an opportunity. I mean, when Jimmy, I've been critical of Bernie Sanders when I call him a quitter. I say Bernie sold us out. Tulsi sold us out. So does that mean I'm actually anti-Semitic? And now I'm Hindu phobic because I've been critical of Tulsi? No, these politicians did things I don't like, and I'm holding them accountable. Yeah. It's such a bullshit argument. Bronwyn Bastille, shave them. The strategy of sending a handful of good people now and then to Congress and hoping their integrity will transform Congress has been unsuccessful, especially when you do it through one of these parties, the two parties. You can't do it. There's a better chance with the People's Party because the problem is If you're Republican or Democrat, I don't care how good you are, ideas are, how great you and how noble and honorable you are, and how beautiful your soul is, those machines will crush you. If some People's Party reps get in, will they make it hard on them? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it won't be as hard because they won't be getting pressure from their parties as well. AOC's all of her pressure, the majority of the pressure she's gotten has been from the Democratic Party. The system is designed to crush progressives within it. The Democratic Party is designed to crush progressives. Progressives are bad for Wall Street. They're bad for big business. Those are the donors of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Try to be an outsider in the Republican Party. Just ask Rand Paul. And there's a lot to criticize him on. But you go against the establishment, that's what happens. Ever since the MIC killed JFK, both parties have been tricksters at the corner of Wall Street and War Street. You got that right. You got that right. Nays Garden, what's up, dude? How you doing, brother? Jimmy has always risen above of his attackers, and it drives them crazy. Yeah, they keep wanting to take him down. They keep wanting to say, "Oh, Jimmy's antics are out of control. He's out of control." And it just grows, and as people just follow him even more. Bronwyn Bastille, hello. Identity politics now equals a woman or a minority can say anything and be right as long as they support the establishment. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, it's the diversity of the ruling class. And it's a trick. It's what gets lefties to vote against their own self-interests is identity politics. Karen predicted there would be unmasking of media. Yes. You're right. Paranormal Karen predicted that when she was on my show. B3 Beyond Balance 3. Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Saying you can't say anything bad about women is more sexist than anything Jimmy has said. I know. It's insane. It's insane. Like, again, equality isn't just about the good things. You should be treated equally, equal opportunities, equal protections under the law. It also means equally accountable. I mean, I played high school sports. I played high school football, and there was a lot of pressure on us. And we went on the road and played our rivals, and we were booed and yelled at. Get up, boo! People screaming at us. I remember when we lost games, I had a teacher call me out in front of the class. What happened Saturday? Why did you lose? And I've watched my nieces play sports, and they got great. And the programs for girls now are awesome, and it's empowering. Everyone's super supportive. You girls can do it. And they cheer the other team, and it's so nice. But I'm like, that's not how I played. Even I'm a big fan of the WNBA. I love going to WNBA games. I love it. It's great basketball. The tickets are cheap. You can sit close. It's fun. I love live sports in general. But they'll boo a little the opposing team when they're at the free throw line. But for the most part, it's a pretty supportive environment, which overall I think is a nice thing. I think sportsmanship is good. And I'm not saying it's good that when you go to the NBA games, there's more drunk dudes yelling and being assholes. But I'm just saying and female athletes have to take a lot of shit in a lot of other ways. No two ways about it. But then no one's booing the home team, which I've seen. I grew up as a Cubs fan. I was going to Cubs games in the 80s when people would boo the Cubs. Cubs fans would boo the Cubs because they were shitty. No one would do that in women's sports. They'd be like, well, you tried. And it's I've looked at that and I've noticed that. And I've said, okay, we don't want to go too far. The other extreme of just, well, you fucking suck. That's not good. But then win or lose, good. I mean, I'm all for good sportsmanship in that within the context of sports, but that's an example of you get screamed at a lot. So you want to be a politician, and if people are saying racist, sexist things, that's awful, and that shouldn't be said. That's awful. But if they're just criticizing you for not being a good politician, I'm sorry. Welcome to politics. Again, using the UFC, the women in the UFC aren't like, she hit me too hard. That's mean. No, she went, yeah, that chick knocked me out. I got to train harder. It's fucking crazy. Burke Herrick, shave your knuckles for justice. You know how Superman once said to Lex Luthor, it's sad you have all this money and power, and instead of using it to better humanity, you're using it for evil. Yep. TYT had all this. They thought that was. Ryan Grimm is not against force the vote. Well, if I'm not mistaken, he criticized Jimmy on Twitter. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got the wrong person, but Jimmy's too angry. So 60,000 people dying every year doesn't make you angry? We don't have free healthcare in the middle of a pandemic. That doesn't make you angry? And then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know what the fuck your purpose is. Nice Garden, looking forward to seeing you and Jimmy's New Year's Zoom in 2 hours. Boom, you got that right. Oh shit, it is 2 hours. God damn it, I've been talking. Samuel Ulysses Carrillo, this whole Medicare for All debate alienates me. I'm pissed. Why can't we have healthcare during a pandemic, Graham? Why does the left not want it? I don't know, man. It's a great idea. That's why so many people jumped on board. But then it just makes no sense. Underhill, when is enough enough? I don't know, man. I keep thinking this is enough, right? This is enough. This is enough. Oh, it's not. I don't know. I don't know. I wish it's been enough for me for a while. It's been enough for all of you for a while. I don't know why it's not enough for everyone else. I don't know. Nice Garden, boom. By definition, squads complete tasks. Can we please find a better name for them? Annabelle Corley, how you doing, Annabelle? Seeing Jimmy being smeared for asking for Medicare for all is what is performative, because no one who isn't corrupt can question what he and most Americans are asking for. I know. And they can never say, they can never answer, well, then when? If now's not the time, when? They always just, well, the committee assignments and the this and that. They always have all these bullshit answers. When then? When do we do this? When are we supposed to do this? When are we supposed to do this? Tell me when. Tell me when it's supposed to happen. I'm all for it. Just tell me when. How about right now? As somebody said earlier in the chat, the Medicare for All has been on the bill since 1993. So 27 years. So we got it when? So not now? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Hi, J.H. Scott. Hi, yeah. That Lee Ellis rant in 1984 as manager of the Chicago Cubs, Lee Elia, complain about the Cubs fans who come to the day. Oh, yes, exactly. This is what I'm talking about with the sports. This is Cubs baseball when I was living in Chicago as a kid. This is the manager of the Cubs. This is what was happening at Wrigley Field. Now it's this, like, everybody goes, it's outdoor, even before they started winning, right? You could walk up and buy. I bought a ticket, box seat ticket for $6. The bleachers were always sold out because those were only available. The club listen to this rant.
The name of the game is hit the ball, catch the ball, and get the fucking job done. Right now, we have more losses than we have wins. The fucking changes that have happened in the Cub organization are multifold. All right, they don't show because we're 5-14. And unfortunately, that's the criteria of them dumb 15 motherfucking percent that come out to date baseball. The other 85% are earning a living. It'll take more than a 5-13 or 5-14 to destroy the makeup of this club. I'll guarantee you that. There's some fucking pros out there that want to fucking play this game. But you're stuck in a fucking stigma of the fucking Dodgers and the Phillies and the Cardinals and all that cheap shit. All these motherfucking editorials about Say and fucking the Phillyitis and all that shit, that is sickening. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's a disheartening fucking situation we're in right now. 5-14 doesn't negate all that work. You got 143 fucking games left. What I'm trying to say is don't rip them fucking guys out there. Rip me. If you want to rip somebody, rip my fucking ass. But don't rip them fucking guys because they're giving everything they can give. But once we hit that fucking groove, it'll flow. And it will flow. The talent's there. I don't know how to make it any clearer to you. I'm frustrated. I'll guarantee you I'm frustrated. It'd be different if I walked in this room every day at 8:30 and saw a bunch of guys that didn't give a shit. They give a shit, and it's a tough National League East. It's a tough
The reason why that rant, that was the Cubs in 1984, and they
I'll tell you one fucking thing.
He went on a rant, and they had a lot of talent in 83, and they didn't quite pull it through. And let me tell you something about Chicago. So let me give you a little history lesson here for those of you who don't know or weren't old enough. This is before they had lights in Wrigley Field. The lights in Wrigley Field came in 1989. The Cubs at that point Wrigley Field was the only ballpark that had they had no lights. So all the games were during the day, all of them. So the games all started at like 1:15. And there's a couple times the games went late into extra innings and they ran out of light. That happened a couple times. The neighborhood didn't want it. Wrigleyville is the neighborhood. They didn't want it. And I'd never seen anything in my life when I moved from Madison, Wisconsin to Chicago to watch the Cubs. And I grew up watching the Milwaukee Brewers, but you had to drive an hour and a half. And then I moved to Evanston. I could take the train. Me and my buddy would go. My buddy Jack Eigelman would go. Sometimes we'd skip school and go in the spring. It was awesome. And when Lee Elia did that, he actually got the respect. This is such a Chicago thing. When he goes, because Chicago is like a tough town, and they would boo their home team. They would boo the Bulls before Jordan got there. They booed him. There's this guy, Dave Corzine, that played for the Bulls, and he was a local kid, and he never hustled. And so the crowd booed him. And there was one game where he actually started diving for the ball, and people cheered for him finally because they wanted to see. It's all Chicago respects is hustle. So they were booing these Cubs fans. The Cubs fans were booing the home team, which is no one. That doesn't happen anymore now that the Cubs have been winning. But that was a thing. That was a thing. There's a Norman Rockwell poster, a painting. And Lee Elia got brought to town from the Phillies organization, which is a very winning organization at the time. And they had Ryan Sandberg, and Ron Say was a big draft pick from the Dodgers. And he gave that rant, and they played it on morning radio and beeped it out, of course. And everyone loved him for it. That's when he's talking about day baseball. He's like, 85% of the people that work and the other 15% come down here and boo my team. It's a playground for the cocksuckers. Like, I've heard that speech a million times. And then in 1984, they won the division. And they had home field advantage, and they lost it because NBC, it was like, it's bad for ratings. So I think it was a best of 5 series, and the Cubs were supposed to get 3 home games, but instead they only got 2 home games. It was against San Diego because they didn't have lights. NBC made them have lights. So that's he yelled at the press He said, fuck you to the fans that booed. They were booing the home team. Want to boo somebody? Boo me. Anyway, that was fantastic. It's a playground for the cocksuckers. Oh. Forced to vote. Too bad regular workers can no longer afford Major League Baseball. I know. It's like the 90s Cubs didn't win a title. Sandberg, Dawson, Grace, Maddox. Oh, Maddox was so good. Oh, now we're going to just talk baseball for an hour. Chicago's like a Midwestern version of Philly. Yes, it is. It is. A little more polite than the East Coast, than Philly, but it definitely has that, hustle. You hustle, that town loves you. You hustle, that town loves you. Negroni Jimmy is my spirit animal. Never knew Jimmy was manager of the Cubs in 1984. Why is Jimmy so mad? That's the town we grew up in. Something's bullshit. You don't go, well, we got to, you go, fucking fuck, it's a playground for the cocksuckers. Fuck you. That's what we grew up in. That's what I saw. I saw guys, in 1983, I played Pop Warner football, the Chicago High Ridge Chargers. Now, my dad was a college professor, and my parents were, we were like middle class, and we moved to Chicago. My parents were divorced, so I started playing for the Chicago High Ridge Chargers, Pop Warner. All my coaches were Chicago cops, and they all talk like that. So when that, like, get mad, fuck you, you want to go, like, that's what Chicago's about, man. It's like so people don't understand that. Jimmy gets so mad. So you came from some fucking candy ass suburb. Watch the movie Thief with James Caan. Came out in like 1983, 84. Watch the movie Thief. It's a great movie. That'll tell you what Chicago in the 80s was like. Yeah. And then when you watch The Last Dance, I think it's the first episode where they talk about what the Bulls organization was like before Jordan got there. And the stadium people would boo the home team, like what it was like, what Chicago was like. That'll give you an idea. Jimmy's so angry. That's how we grew up. And Jimmy grew up in the South Side, which is real blue collar. His dad was a cop. So I don't know where, Nomiki Const went to school, but she didn't go to school with a bunch of angry Irish girls that like fighting. That's the other thing, that like when I see women who are like, you're being too mean as a man, I'm like, man, go hang out with some Southside Irish girls named Maureen and Doreen and just want to brawl. Jesus. Talk that mess to some sisters. I mean, come on. Like, hey, it's not fair. Oh, Burke Herrick. Shave your knuckles for justice. All of our enemies have a universal system. Imagine that countries we deem undeveloped take better care of the people than we do. By the way, Happy New Year's. I know. Annabelle Corley, Chicago blessings. Is that Jimmy's dad? Oh. That's, God, the stories of my football coaches growing up, the shit they would say, the shit that was yelled at us by the other team's parents, like getting booed by an opposing by adults when you're a kid. That's what I went through playing football in Chicago. Boo! Get on the fucking bed. Like, God, unreal. You're not too angry. You ever seen a knife fight on the L train in the 80s? I have. Oh, they didn't have that in your nice suburb, Anna Kasparian? Negroni Jimmy's my spirit animal. My wife went to Macaulay. He speaks the truth. Shave your knuckles for justice. I know. That's like, it's like. Brown Bastille. How many 100,000 people need to die before we get angry? Shave your knuckles for justice. I know. It's insane. As a Latino, I can confirm we're all angry. I know, man. It's like, it's just like candy ass suburban people get mad at Jimmy. It's like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. That's why it's so perplexing to me about AOC. Like, you're from the Bronx? I thought she was going to come up swinging. Like, yeah, I grew up in New York in the 80s and 90s. Was the same. I know. Like, guys that became friends. One of my friends in college was like two different Italian guys that grew up in New York City. They crazy fight stories. Just fucking brawls. Like, crazy. Hey. Annabelle. Hey, did someone in Chicago not make Noreen and Doreen? Just brilliant. Underhill. If so many people were running around murdering everyone with chainsaws, we would stop them. But since it's a disease, we don't seem to care. I know. I know. I know. D-Dog, I'm from Brooklyn. Boom. What's up, dude? Brooklyn in the house. AOC doesn't even sound like a Bronx girl when she talks. Yeah, for real. Like, that's what we need, a Bronx girl. Like, get up in there. That's why I love Nina Turner, man. I know Nina Turner has been in a fight. I don't know her personally. I don't know her history, but I can tell the way she talks and carries herself. She grew up having to brawl every once in a while. I can just tell. You just got that. I can just tell. You meet someone or see them talk and you go, oh, they've been in a scrap or two. They've had to what? They've had to do that at a defense mechanism in the environment they grew up in. They just had to. J9 Campbell, force the freaking vote, be angry. People are dying. I know, people are dying. People are dying. They're dying. People are dying. Why is this so hard? Dale, AOC did come out swinging, dude. In her first year, only look at her rhetoric then, and you don't change the Democratic Party. No, I brought that up. She called out Pelosi on Twitter. She came out swinging, and now she's like, well, like, it didn't take long, man. About 18 months, 15 months. She just like, sorry. I know. Let's see. 377 likes. Let me make sure I didn't miss any of the super chats. Trey Bray, shaving knuckles for justice. Graham, have you ever been night surfing? No, I'm a little scared of that. Virtuoso, boom. Wasn't it strange the timing of the Yahoo article about Jimmy buying a new home after his viral force to vote video? Either way, it's irrelevant. Yep. Boom. Harry C. Smith, shave your knuckles for justice. Jimmy's position is unique. Of his million subscribers, maybe 40% are conservatives, nearly as many of whom seem to support force to vote Medicare for all as a socialist. I know. Chino Latino, shaving knuckles for justice. The time to pass Medicare for all is not now. It was decades ago. Yeah, straight up on that. All right. Shit, I gotta do this fucking segment, man. We've been getting into it. Hit the like button, folks. 522 people. Oh. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Look at it. Truth coming at you in a graphic framed by vegan guns. Well, we can't even seem to get $2,000. Now, Mitch McConnell doesn't want us to have it. They're trying to fight for it. But in the meantime, we just sold a bunch of bombs to Saudi Arabia. Doesn't that make you feel good? I know you're hungry. I know you've got 6 to 9 months of back rent. You're worried about getting evicted. You don't know how you're going to feed your family. But we can always sell bombs. Arms deals with Middle East dictatorships are being rushed through by Trump, critics say, despite opposition over human rights records. The U.S. State Department has approved the sale of $290 million in bombs to Saudi Arabia as part of a flurry of arms deals with Middle East dictatorships in the last weeks of the Trump administration. When Biden does these deals with dictatorships, you're going to call them dictatorships. You're going to say Biden's helping protect our freedom. Because the American empire seems to keep doing that. And the boutique left seems to be okay with when Democrats do deals with dictators. This is awful. What Trump is doing is awful, but Biden's going to keep doing this awful shit, just so you know, because Obama did it. He dropped more bombs than Bush. The State Department Defense Security Cooperation Agency announced the approval of the sale of the GBU-39 small diameter bomb munitions and related equipment to Saudi Arabia. You remember Saudi Arabia? They chopped up a journalist, Khashoggi. They also treat women like second-class citizens, like dogs, basically. We sell them bombs so that they can bomb the poorest country in the world, Yemen, that has had over 85,000 children have died. That's thanks to us. But we can't seem to find $2,000. We can't seem to just have rent forgiveness, not push the eviction down the road, but just pay out your back rent. You got 6 to 9 months of back rent. The federal government should just pay it off. But we can sell bombs. We can sell bombs. We can spend money on them. We just a $740 billion war budget. On the same day, the agency has announced the approval of the sale of the AH-664E Apache helicopters worth $4 billion to Kuwait. Oh, $4 billion. $104 million in defense equipment against missile attack for the plane of Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, as well as $65.6 million in precision targeting equipment for Egyptian warplanes. But I'm sure the profit from these weapon sales are going to go right to the American people in the form of stimulus checks, right? Right? No? What? We're not going to use this money and just wipe out people's rent or pay off anybody's PPP loan or whatever. Just no. How are we going to pay for Medicare for all? Gee, I wonder. I'm not sure. How are we going to pay for student debt forgiveness? I can't figure it out. I don't know. I don't know where we'd get that money from. Free college. That's pie in the sky. Yes. When you sell bombs and you spend crazy amounts of money on war. A New York think tank is planning to sue Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. I'm all for that. Sue him just for being an idiot. Over the proposed sale of $23 billion worth of advanced weaponry, including drones and stealth warplanes to the UAE, saying the administration has failed to meet legal requirements to provide a full rationale for the sale and to consider the impact on U.S. security and world peace. I wager Trump blocking Biden's access to U.S. national security agencies, which Biden has been saying we're not, the transition team isn't getting enough information, or any information for that matter. Why is Trump doing all this? Including intelligence briefings and friendly force locations, is because he has a couple of significant operations up his sleeve, which may get the green light before January 20. What have I been talking about? False flag with Iran? The United States empire has wanted war with Iran since the 80s. I mean, since the Ayatollah took over, we've wanted war with Iran. We put the Shah in there in 1953. The CIA put him in there. He was a brutal dictator. Then the Ayatollah threw him out and stopped giving the West its oil. And we've been wanting to take over their country ever since because they won't give up their oil. A very Trumpian Christmas surprise. Signs point to a possible U.S. attack on Iran. Now is the time to prevent a possible strike in Iran before Trump's military posturing becomes military action. But even if Trump somehow doesn't, which I hope he doesn't, but in the 11th, because there's people living in Tehran. I have a friend who lives in Tehran. Like these are people. We've been sanctioning them during this whole pandemic. It's awful. The American empire is the problem. But if you think, if we stop Trump now, that'll be great. But trust me when I say within the first year or two of Biden's presidency, we will somehow be at war with Iran. And it's bullshit. All this money on war, and the American people are waiting in food lines.
Happy Thanksgiving.
On a Thanksgiving made tougher by keeping many families apart, those who made it here faced a more pressing need.
This year, I mean, we've been holiday level busy since March.
That's a guy from a food bank. That was from Thanksgiving. It just went up this past Christmas. It's like since March. But we got money to sell bombs. And we got money to spend on war. And both parties always approve the war budget. Always, always, always. If we get People's Party candidates in Congress and the Senate, they will not vote for these war budgets. I'm going to call this out in the way the corporate media won't, because because Boeing and Raytheon, they all buy ad time on the big corporate media. So they're fighting over you getting $2,000, but they can sell bombs and spend money on bombs and bomb people. We're bombing, I don't know how many countries right now, 4 or 5, maybe 7. I don't know. We can sanction countries, but we can't help our own people. We can't even get Medicare for all. Medicare for all. We can't even get Medicare for all. How are you going to pay for it? Take some of that bomb money and give it to the American people. This is the military-industrial complex that Eisenhower warned us against. Every one of those bombs, the money we spent to build the bomb and to sell it and to detonate it and we bomb it, just think about all that money could be used for schools, roads, free healthcare, all the things free. They've had free healthcare in Europe and industrialized nations for like 70 years. We can't seem to find the money, but we always got money to buy and sell bombs. Great. Thanks for supporting what I do. You keep supporting me, I can keep pushing out the truth here. Thanks for watching. Shave your knuckles for justice. Ba-boom. Yeah. Gina G, what's up? Check YouTube, check Venmo. YouTube loves CEO. Nah, oh yeah, you got it. Thanks, Gina. Great way to support the show, ladies and gentlemen. I got to get out of here soon. Jimmy's show's in an hour. What am I doing? Gina G, boom. Thank you, Gina. The money from bombing brown people goes to the shitbag CEOs of North Cuck Grumman and Cockhead Martin. I know. So we sell bombs, so it goes to Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gina, for supporting the show. Brian Bastille, thank you. Big support today. Very much appreciated. Remember, everybody, Medicare for All would be just giving people health insurance. It is the compromise position. The real left position is national health care. I know. And it's not government-run healthcare. Medicare for All is not government-run healthcare. That's a lie they tell us. What's up for Devo and Snork White 2K? MHC throwing out the tip on Rockfin. Thank you so much. The rapidly achieved momentum of Force the Vote, despite all of the opposition from neoliberals and many progressives, shows how desperate people are for someone to actually fight for the unrelenting in politics. You got that right. You got that absolutely right. All right, I got another segment here. Come on now, come on now, come on now, come on now, come on. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Oh, somewhere beneath Wayne Manor on the outskirts of Gotham, it's The Political Vigilante bringing you some truth. Well, Biden's cabinet, aren't you guys so excited? It's so diverse. It's so diverse. I'm so excited that now we're going to bomb, like people of color and women are going to drop bombs. And again, another woman that's in favor of torture is going to be in charge of the CIA. This is so different. She's going to replace Gina Haspel potentially. Gina Haspel was appointed by Trump after Mike Pompeo became Secretary of State. Gina Haspel is pro-torture. First ever woman head of the CIA, pro-torture. Why senators must reject Avril Haines for intelligence. This is the new person. This is written by Medea Benjamin and Marcy Winograd. Medea Benjamin, Code Pink. She knows what she's talking about. The unassuming spy may look and sound like your favorite college professor, but that facade masks a ruthless wolf in sheep's clothing who enable murder by remote control and wielded a thick black pen to cover up CIA torture. This is in Mint Press News. I'll put the link in the show notes. Barack Obama's top lawyer on the National Security Council for 2010 to 2013, followed by CIA Deputy Director 2013 to 2015. Haines is the proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing. She is the affable assassin who, according to Newsweek, would be summoned in the middle of the night to decide if a citizen of any country, including our own, should be incinerated in a U.S. drone strike in a distant land in the greater Middle East. Making another woman the head of the CIA is not the solution. It's get rid of the CIA. Stop funding the CIA. It's like, a female warden of a prison in a brutally corrupt prison. I mean, it's just like the system is broken. And they want us to think all this change is happening because they're putting women and people of color in these positions. But it's just the diversity of the ruling class. Look, having the first ever female and woman of color or person of color as a vice president is a significant thing, but Kamala Harris is not good. She's awful. Obama dropped more bombs than Bush. And I voted for Obama twice, and I phone banked for him in 2008, and I feel utterly infuriated by the fact that I did that. So this is just more business as usual. Let's get into her resume a little more. She's done some really fantastic stuff as a pro-torture psychopath. Haines also played a key role in covering up the U.S. torture program, known euphemistically as enhanced interrogation techniques, which included repeated waterboarding, sexual humiliation, sleep deprivation, dousing naked prisoners with ice cold water, and rectal rehydration, which is basically shooting water up somebody's ass. That's fucking crazy and evil. That's evil. And there's been studies. I mean, John McCain even talked about this. It's like, torture doesn't work. You torture somebody, they'll tell you whatever you want to hear. So we're just evil. We're just sociopaths. Like, why? The activist groups, Code Pink, Progressive Democrats of America, World Beyond War, Roots in Action, have launched a campaign calling on the Senate to reject her confirmation. Well, will that ever work? That never works. Well, actually, they've already been successful. These same groups ran successful campaigns to dissuade Biden from choosing two other warmongering candidates for critical foreign policy positions. China hawk Michelle Flournoy, and Secretary of Defense. I mean, so we got a lesser of two evils. We got a guy from the Raytheon cabinet. And torture apologist Mike Morrell for CIA director. By hosting calling parties to senators, launching petitions, and publishing open letters from DNC delegates, feminists including Alice Walker, Jane Fonda, and Gloria Steinem, and Guantanamo torture survivors, activists helped derail candidates who were once considered shoo-ins for Biden's cabinet. So this can work. I mean, the alternative that they'll get confirmed won't be that great, but I mean, this is like where we have to do a lesser two evil thing, unfortunately. But what it does at the very least is flex a little muscle to deny Biden's first choice, which is horrible. I know these aren't like great alternatives. I know that. This is why Biden in the White House is awful. But he's better than Trump. Yeah, I know. I didn't want either one of them. But he's better than Trump. 4 years we're going to have to hear. But he's better than Trump. But he's better than Trump. In 2015, when Haynes was CIA deputy director, CIA agents illegally hacked the computers of the Senate Intelligence Committee. So we've just had this Russia hack the DOJ, and that's all anyone's talking about in the news. But when the CIA hacks its own citizens, its own politicians, that's the price of doing business. When they hacked computers of the Senate Intelligence Committee to thwart the committee's investigation into the spy agency's detention and interrogation program. So the Senate, doing its job, holding the CIA accountable, the CIA hacked the United States Senate. But we're supposed to believe Russia's the bad guy? Russia's subverting our democracy? No, the CIA is subverting our democracy on our own soil. They subvert democracies all over the world for countries that don't give up the resources. And then they're doing it to our own senators, most of whom are already corrupt bags of shit to begin with, but they're even just doing kind of their job. And the CIA, unbelievable. Haynes overruled the CIA's own inspector general in failing to discipline the CIA agents. Oh, I love when an agency holds itself accountable. It's like internal affairs with police departments. No, you need independent civilian oversight. That's what we need for the CIA, independent civilian oversight. Failing to discipline CIA agents who violated the U.S. Constitution's separation of powers, according to former CIA whistleblower John Kiriakou, who I had on this show a little over a year ago. He will be in my Epstein playlist. She's not only shielded the hackers from accountability, but even awarded them the Career Intelligence Medal. Oh, God. We live in a dystopian hellscape. When the exhaustive 6,000-page Senate Intelligence Committee report on torture was finally complete, after 5 years of investigation and research and hacking, Haynes took charge of redacting it to deny the public's right to know its full details, reducing the document to 500-page blank ink smeared summary. Why do we let them get away with this? Russia buys $100,000 worth of Facebook ads in the 2016 campaign, and we're like okay with it? When the CIA does it, that's our guys subverting our democracy. When the CIA takes away my freedoms, then I'm okay with it. If Russia does, no, but the CIA can take away my freedoms because they're great. Because Tom Clancy told me so. This is all the I just took a little screenshot of this document. All these are all redactions that she put in, that Avril Haines put in. This article goes on and goes into great detail. I suggest reading it. And thank you, Medea Benjamin, for putting this together. Biden's cabinet is horrific. Not one person, even kind of a progressive. We can't even get like a fake paper tiger progressive like Liz Warren in there who wouldn't, that's not even happening. We get this sociopath. Boy, doesn't it look like democracy to you? I thought they only did this in the Soviet Union. I thought this is what authoritarian countries did. Doesn't China do stuff? This is China. Redact. No. This is the good old CIA. Joe Biden's going to, and if she gets Oh, more women. Isn't this great? Don't fall for it. I'm not opposed to women in positions of power, just not evil women doing awful shit. Evil women doing awful shit, just like white guys did, is not going to fix the problem. We need to get rid of this structure and system that is completely broken, this duopoly, this, all of it. The ruling class that pays for this, the military industrial complex, all of it. That's why this happens. And this nomination bullshit and this diversity, there's no diversity of ideology on Biden's cabinet. That's for certain. So thanks for watching the show, everybody. I'll keep calling these horrible people out. You keep watching. Shave your knuckles for justice. All right, everybody. Underhill, shave your knuckles for justice. Will Trump could go to jail after Biden is sworn in? No, they'll give him a pass. Unless he really pushes it, they'll give him a pass. That's my guess. Negroni Jimmy is my spirit animal. Shave your knuckles for justice. No, bro. And Medicare for all is the compromise to the fucking revolution. That's right. Gina G, we need diversity of ideology. Yep, that's what I'm saying. We need a diversity of ideology. It'd be okay to have a couple conservatives on his cabinet, but provided we had real progressives and environmentalists and de-armament, people that are down with peace and spending the money on people, not war. Happy New Year. Negroni Jimmy is my spirit animal. Shave your knuckles for justice. If DeVos can be Secretary of Education in an effort to dismantle public education, can we take a page from their playbook with CIA Director Graham Elwood? Yeah. If I was president, that's what I would do. I'd put someone ahead of the CIA and I'd be like, secret plan, your thing is to dismantle the CIA. Talk tough, but dismantle the CIA. Yeah. I miss Melissa H's super chat. Okay, I'll go get it. I'll go find it. Sam D, shave your knuckles. New idea. Granny Petrol reads Lee Elia rant transcript. Oh, that's fantastic. It's a playground for the cocksuckers. 85% of the people are working. The other 15% come down here and boo my team. It's a playground for the cocksuckers. They actually work for a fucking living. I don't see Melissa H's super chat. Pirate Bray, thanks for all you do. Captain Kale Man, Happy New Year, boom. John Coyne, Big Kale will endorse you. No worries, Graham. Fucking do it. Willow Fun, Vermont. Happy New Year, Graham. Thanks for keeping me sane this crazy year. You got it. Beyond balance, shave your knuckles for justice. This is to free the kale kids in the cages in your fridge. Well, as age, if you run, get indie kale farmers to endorse you. Absolutely. Lana, boom. Take Congressman Mark Copan's seat, primary him. It would be Ted Lieu is my district. 33rd Congressional District of California. It'd be Ted Lieu who I would go after. All right, I think I got all of them. Look, I got to do a show in less than an hour, so I got to run. 85% of the people are working. The other 15% come down here and boo my team. It's a playground for the cocksuckers. Cub fans, my fucking ass. You can take that downtown and print it. No, I just read Melissa's super chat. I got it. I got all that we need Coliseum, not healthcare. All right. Happy New Year, everybody. If you want to boo somebody, boo me. Boo my ass. Don't boo my players. That's what happens when you play day baseball. God, all these people ain't fucking working. All right, I gotta go. But Greta, science shows us that 85% of the people are working and the other 15% come down here and boo my team. Greta, it's a playground for the cocksuckers. One of the morning DJs took this like Cubs song, like "Come down to Wrigley Field, war supplies the daylights out of you." It was like a radio spot with this like Wrigley Field buy, because no one was buying tickets back in the 80s, and they put that music underneath his rant. We'll surprise the daylights out of you. Go Cubs, my fucking ass. It's a playground for the cocksuckers. Oh, one more time, folks, and then I got to go. Oh. Hi, Granny Petrol. Just have some words for the press. The way I've been treated.
The name of the game is hit the ball, catch the ball, and get the fucking job done. Right now, we have more losses than we have wins. The fucking changes that have happened in the Cub organization are multifold. All right, they don't show because we're 5-14. And unfortunately, that's the criteria of them dumb 15 motherfucking percent that come out to date baseball. The other 85% are earning a living. It'll take more than a 5-13 or 5-14 to destroy the makeup of this club. I'll guarantee you that. There's some fucking pros out there that want to fucking play this game. But you're stuck in a fucking stigma of the fucking Dodgers and the Phillies and the Cardinals and all that cheap shit. All these motherfucking editorials about Say and fucking the Phillyitis and all that shit, it's sickening. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's a disheartening fucking situation we're in right now. 5-14 doesn't negate all that work. Got 143 fucking games left. What I'm trying to say is don't rip them fucking guys out there. Rip me. If you want to rip somebody, rip my fucking ass. But don't rip them fucking guys because they're giving everything they can give. But once we hit that fucking groove, it'll flow. And it will flow. The talent's there. I don't know how to make it any clearer to you. I'm frustrated. I'll guarantee you I'm frustrated. It'd be different if I walked in this room every day at 8:30 and saw a bunch of guys that didn't give a shit. They give a shit, and it's a tough National League East. It's up there.
My fucking ass. You want to slam somebody, slam me.
I didn't want to get myself into a situation where
You want to slam somebody, slam me. Why don't you go out and earn a living? Goddamn day baseball. Granny Petrol plays hard every day. These are the real fans, the friends of science, the real Granny Petrol fans. My fucking ass. Got Greta Thunberg in the news calling me criminal, mad at adults. My fucking, why doesn't Greta Thunberg get a fucking job? Why doesn't she get a fucking job? My fucking ass. I bust my ass in a coal mine playing with kids, and then you're going to boo me, boo my team, boo my kids in a coal mine? I tell you what. It'd be one thing if I came down here to the coal mine and everybody was just goofing off, willy-nilly playing slip and slide. No, they're busting their ass. Yeah, we're 5-14, and that's the barometer. That's how you judge it. Okay, fine. But we're going to hit that groove. Granny Petrol's going to get us in that groove. Come down here to 3,000 people, nickel and dime cocksuckers booing my team. 85% of the people working, the other 15% come down here. It's a playground for the cocksuckers. Well, Granny Petrol's had it. This is the support. These are the friends of science. My fucking ass. I've just had it. I've had it. I don't know what else to do. I'm doing everything I possibly can. You got Greta on a boat. Why don't you write something that in your fucking newspaper about Greta's in a goddamn boat, not going to school? Everybody in my coal mine goes to school. Greta doesn't seem to go to a goddamn school. Put that in your fucking notebook. You take that down and kiss my fucking ass and take it downtown and print it. All right. That was a great idea, Sam Dean. That was a fucking fantastic. That was so. All those kids while you work, 10% are lazy protesters. That's great. Oh. Okay. That was so awesome. Sam Dean, another great suggestion. Another great suggestion. You all are fantastic. This is a fun show. Negroni Jimmy is my spirit animal. 2020 wasn't a bad year. It was the inevitable conclusion of capitalism designed to create wealth and equity, not a bug. It's the feature. Absolutely correct. 478 likes. Outstanding, everybody. I got to roll. Thank you, everybody, over on the Rockfin and everybody watching on Facebook. Remember, force the vote. Force the vote, everybody. Go to forcethevote.org, peoplesparty.org, and we're going to be doing Jimmy's show in about 45 minutes. So I will see you all soon. And remember, follow the money, connect the dots, shave your knuckles for justice. And 85% of the people are fucking working. The other 15% come down here and boo my team. It's a fucking playground for the cocksuckers.